What's the deal, y'all? It's your boy Machiavelli Mills TV. The more I watch Errol Spence Jr., the more I become a fan of his. I've said this in previous videos that I made, but I can't deny it. Errol is what you call a real one. Like a real one. He's thorough. He's thorough. Like no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You can hate on Errol all you want to. You can wish that Errol loses all you want to. You can not like him for whatever, all these different reasons. But to me, that's a stand-up brother, because they were asking him Fred barbershop conversations. Him and I think some other media members, they were feeding him questions or asking him questions about certain different things as he's walking and he's answering the questions. So they asked him first about the comments that Roy Jones Jr. made about him, and then they move on to ask him about the Terrence Crawford fight, the fight that everybody is salivating for. And so he goes on that, well, Bomac, who is Terrence Crawford's trainer, they asked him, they say, Bomac said he didn't watch it because Bomac said he didn't pay for the fight. He streamed the fight. And Errol's like, okay, that's fine. That's cool. He said, I bought Terrence fight, though. I bought it. They say, yeah? He said, yeah. I support black fighters. You see, that rhetoric right there is what makes me salute that man. Seriously. And people can say, it's more about the fact that him and Terrence are supposed to fight, and he still bought Terrence's fight. But it's the fact that he's saying, look, I support my black fighters. I stand with my brothers, man. You feel me? Even though we get in this ring and we go at it with each other, I support my brothers, man. We come from similar backgrounds. We come from similar places. Well, Errol grew up, I believe, middle class, but still, look, I'm going to support my people because other fighters support their own people. So look, I'm gonna support my people. I don't have anything against any other nationality at all, but I'm gonna support my people, man. I'm gonna support my brethren, and I want to see them succeed. He goes on to say, I like Terrence. He said, I like Terrence. I'm gonna watch him, but I like him. I got his number and everything. Like, look, after we fight, we can chalk it up. It's gonna be all cool. It can be smiles and it's gonna be smiles and handshakes, and we can move on. Right now, he is the opposition in the way. A lot of people consider Terrence the top opposition for Errol Spence, and I think that will be his last fight before he moves up in weight. It will be Terrence Crawford. But yeah, man, like for Errol I like the fact that Errol doesn't bite his tongue. He's not a person that's afraid to say what's on his mind. He's not a person that's afraid to say things that other people are afraid to say because he feels like a certain fan base will alienate me if I say things like I support black fighters. If I say things like, you know what, I'm rooting for that guy, man. He's a black fighter like me. I'm gonna support him. I'm gonna go and buy his fight. I'm gonna go check his fight out, and I'm rooting for him. Again, it's people that don't like to say that because they feel like at that point, you're wearing a black hat, or a lot of people are going to like you because they feel like you're playing the race card. See, what I like about Errol, he don't give a damn about what you feel about him. He don't give a damn if you feel like he's playing a quote-unquote race card and all of that. He like, look, I'm supporting my brother. Other nationalities do it all the time. What it is people find it a problem because Errol is an American, and they want you to put American before anything, and they don't want you to say, they accept other nationalities or other ethnicity, other nationalities doing it because they can say, well, his heritage is tied to Mexico. His heritage is tied to Puerto Rico. His heritage is tied to Argentina. His heritage is tied to the Philippines. But they say, well, black people, your heritage is not tied to. You don't know exactly what country you came from in Africa or whatever, so they're gonna say, well, you should claim American or over anything, and you shouldn't. If you say you support black fighters, it's gonna look bad. Errol don't give a damn about that, like seriously, and he's not afraid to say he supports black fighters because, truthfully, a lot of black fight fans, we always say this. I gotta get some fights. I gotta step my game up and get some fights because there's a lot of black fight fans that don't come to the fights. They don't support the fighters and come to the fights and show up in droves like the other nationalities do in the arenas. So when Errol talks about he supports black fighters, That rhetoric is something that is true to him, but it's something that I think he's trying to get to relate to his people, like to black people. Like, we definitely gotta go to these fights and support them. If you can't afford it and you're a big fan of the fighter, hey, if you can afford it, pay for the pay-per-view. Watch your favorite fighter fight. Support them. And I agree with that for sure. You know, now if the prices is too ridiculous, you like, yo, I ain't, nah, man, nah, and if the fight ain't worth it, okay, whatever. But if you know it's a good fight, it's a fighter that you really a fan of, you like, look, I'm gonna support that young black brother. He trying to do his thing in his career field. He's elevating himself as a fighter. He's taking his craft. If I know a fighter is taking his craft seriously, he's on his job and he's on a mission and he trains hard and he really putting in that groundwork. I'm gonna support that fighter. I'm gonna support that black fighter. Like, for real, he deserves to be supported genuinely by his people. And I'll see all the other nationalities come out into the crowds, and I'll be like, man, I gotta do that with my boy Derek. Derek, the first of my fans to go to a fight. He went to Deontay Wilder and Dominic Brazil. We big Deontay Wilder fans. I gotta go to whatever, even if I can't make those huge mega fights because the prices are too steep. I gotta go to, man, I promise y'all, I want to go to when he fights Luis Ortiz. I'm gonna try my best to go to that fight. Seriously, I want to be there. I need to be there, and I need to support it, to support Deontay, because I really respect that brother, and a lot of the principles he has within him, my principles align with his, so I respect him. But back to Errol Spence, man, that was Errol. Errol don't give a damn if people feel like, don't say that, don't do that. You shouldn't say that. People are gonna call you a race baiter. They're gonna call you racist if you say Errol. Like, look, man, it is what it is. I'm not being vindictive towards any other group of people. I'm not saying anything heinous or vile amongst any other race of people. I'm not saying I don't support any other people. I'm not saying to dislike any other group of people at all, because Errol the type of dude, he respect and love everybody. I see him, as long as you don't be disrespectful. You know, as long as you're not a disrespectful person to him or his people, black people, he cool with you. But he's saying, look, I'm going to support my black fighters because they need that support for sure. Because, you know, again, black fight fans are a strong presence, but I look at black fans' presence in arenas compared to like the Mexican crowd and stuff like that. It's not the same. So for sure, we definitely got to support our people. I'm not saying Mexicans don't support black fighters, for sure they do, but I'm saying they come out and support they guys for sure. And Errol, like, look, I'm going to support my people, man. And he don't care about anybody deeming him the bad guy. See, fighters like Floyd Mayweather, Floyd used to be on that, and then when he started making a certain amount of money, he fell back. He started to become the all lives matter guy. He started to deflect black issues and started to act like he don't know what's going on with black people. He don't know what's going on in the black community, and he started to tuck his tail all the time. Errol is not a man that tucks his tail, and I respect a brother that doesn't tuck his tail and hide in the shadows when it's wartime. When it's real war out here, he don't hide away from issues. He don't try to deflect issues. He don't try to throw black people under the bus. He stand on everything he says. And even when Fred was saying, look, we got the, what he said, 100 black men or some type of event where they were giving away book bags or backpacks and giving kids free haircuts. Errol, like, look, I'm going to try my best to be there. I support that. He sounded genuinely interested in that. So, man, I don't know. Errol is the people's champion for sure. And on some real stuff, I'll be tired of people trying to act like Errol just is scared, like he's scared to fight dudes and all that. I respect and support Bud. Bud is an animal. Bud, Deontay, Errol, and Lil Tank excited to me. Even though I want Tank to start fighting the bigger fights, and I think it's going to come. I am huge fans of those guys, for real. I really am. And truthfully, I like Charlo and them too. I definitely like Charlo and them too. But truthfully, those are guys that I'm fans of. I support Bud, for real. But Errol ain't scared of Bud. Y'all gotta cut that out. Errol ain't never been afraid of Bud at all. I don't think Errol's afraid of no fighter on this earth. I really don't. I think Errol is just that confident in his skills and his abilities. You know, people try to say he's a weight bully and all of that. The man can straight up box. And he showed y'all that against Mikey Garcia. Neutralizing Mikey with a jab and putting in that work on Mikey. He gave Mikey the beating of his life. Even if he didn't get dropped, I don't care. He don't get no brownie points for not getting dropped. Mikey got beat. For real. Seriously. And I know Mikey was pissing blood after that fight. For sure, for sure. But it's this whole movement to discredit Errol and act like he's a bum. And he fought Kell Brook where he had a dislocated eye socket, and he was coming off fighting Golovkin, and he got demoralized. And well, if that's the case, don't take the fight then. Don't take the fight. Everybody had Mikey rated super high, and when Errol beats him, everybody act like, oh, Errol should have did that. That's what he's supposed to do. The guy was coming up 2 weight classes and so on and so forth. But, you know, that only works because people like Mikey's persona and his personality. And I think Mikey's a really respectable dude and a really honorable dude. Seriously, for sure. I really do like Mikey. I think Mikey's one hell of a fighter. But Errol Spence is a better fighter than him, and it was proven in that fight. And Errol has the personality traits that most guys would love in a fighter. He's cool, he's calm, collected, he's humble, he's easy to talk to, he's approachable. But at the same time, that man is a killer in that ring. He's going for the kill. He's going to hurt people. He's coming in with cruel intentions, and he's coming in with them body shots, old school classic body shots to get you up out of there to snatch that body. Seriously. So I fool with Errol the long way, straight up and down, man. And like when he called out Oscar De La Hoya, you don't treat black fighters well, brother. And people was looking like, oh, they always try to say, oh, black fighters, Errol Spence is leading the charge with this racist rhetoric and all of that. Man, shut up, man, stop, because until Oscar De La Hoya addressed them racist emails from one of them employees and Golden Boy and bring it up and distance himself from this, he never addressed it and never said, look, those views do not represent Golden Boy. He never came out and addressed none of that. He act like it never happened and try to sweep it under the rug. When you got an issue like that, you got to address it, and he never did. So when Errol spoke out about them emails, or not about those emails, but when he spoke out about Oscar in general, people had a problem with it, calling him racist and all. I'm like, man, get the hell up out of here, bro. Stop it. Tell Oscar to talk about them emails, at least. And I remember when Zab Judah was talking about how Oscar was treating him when Zab was fighting under him. I remember when Zab was going off when he was fighting Danny Garcia at the time. I remember how Zab was talking, so I know Errol, where there's smoke, where there's smoke, there is some fire to that situation, for sure. But I feel like Errol gonna fight all the big fights y'all want him to fight. He gonna fight, of course, Sean Porter. He gonna fight Keith Thurman if they want to fight. He's gonna fight Danny Garcia, possibly, but he's for sure gonna fight Terrence Crawford. After he fights Terrence, and he hopefully unifies those belts, he will move up anyway and fight all the other guys that y'all want him to fight. And I noticed, man, they ready for him to fight all the other bigger guys because they want Errol to lose bad. There are a lot of people that don't like what Errol is speaking on. They don't like the type of tone he talks with about black people. They don't like the fact that they feel like he's too proud of being black. He got too much of that black pride stuff going. So they deem him a racist. They coin him a racist. You know how they do that. You know that's what they do. Coin you a racist for supporting your people or talking about issues that exist within the black community. You're a racist because you're speaking on it. You know how that goes. But yeah, so they're trying to villainize Errol in hopes of they want him to get beat so bad. They want him to get destroyed. They really do. But a young man like Errol, you can say what you want about his weight or he walks around this and that. Errol ain't never missed weight, ever. He's going to come in shape, ready to handle business because he take his job. He takes his craft seriously. And I can't wait till the Sean Porter fight, man. Because one thing about Sean come to fight. He come to fight. He going to try to smother you. It ain't going to be no boxing chess match. It's going to be blows thrown. And it's going to be exciting. And from two young, exciting fighters that I really, really enjoy, man. Well, I think Sean is older than Errol, but still, some great fighters that I really want to watch, man. Both are champions. So I think this is going to be a very, very good fight. I'm definitely going to tune in for that one for sure. But yeah, man, all this hate Errol getting, man, y'all waiting for Errol to lose, man. Y'all waiting for him to lose because y'all don't like that black stuff he be talking, that black pride stuff. Y'all can't stand it. Y'all just, a lot of y'all despise it. You know, y'all despise the fact that he's proud to be, you know, he's a proud black man. And he talks about black issues, or he talks about supporting black fighters and how other ethnicities support their own, and like, you know, he talk about all these other guys that's always throwing shots at him all the time. He like, what the hell? What's going on? He talk about it all the time. So, you know how that go. You know how that go, man. But I wish Errol nothing but success. I hope the brother continues to ascend. And I hope that he blocks out all them haters from all. When I seen Errol after he fought Mikey, I saw nothing but love around him. His friends, his family, his children, you know, his mother, his father, close friends, childhood friends, cousins, all the love was surrounding Errol. I didn't see no groupies and no, when I say groupies, I didn't see no leeches, I didn't see no hanger-ons. I'm not saying that they aren't there, but from what I saw, the optics that I saw, it was genuine love surrounding Errol. And I think Errol should keep it like that, and I feel like I know he will, man. He seems to be a very well-grounded person, and he's true to himself. He supports his brothers no matter what. Whether you like the Charlos or you don't, whether you like them, whether you like everything they do or they say, he support who he support. He support who his boys is, and he stick to his guns. And I'm always supportive of a brother that does that, man. I'm always supportive of a brother that does that, and a brother that's not afraid to speak out about black issues or support or say that he supports his people because he's scared of how it's going to come off to other people. No, man. Forget all that. Forget all that. If you're not being disrespectful and you're not being heinous or vile towards another group of people, why can't you say you support your own people? Why is it a problem at that point? Why is it a problem when a black person says that? Why is it a problem when a black person say, you know, I'm going to support black fighters? Oh, y'all need to get off this race stuff. Y'all kill me. Always making it about race. But, really? True? Because when other ethnicities do it all the time, nobody says anything. Nobody. Telling y'all, because they feel like black people don't have a specific country to tie. Most black people, they feel like don't have a specific country to tie their ethnicity to. So they say, if you're American, you should just keep it at you're American. That's it. That's all. That's what people feel like. But unfortunately, the justice system lets us know that there are differences every single day. The justice system lets us know that. We've seen all the other stuff, documentaries and all of that and stuff going on. They let us know that everybody doesn't quite fit under the same umbrella all the time. But nonetheless, man, support Errol Spence. Got a lot of love and respect for that brother. The truth, I'm rooting for you, dog. Machiavelli Mills TV.